Yeah. Okay. Thank you, councillors.
In that case, we'll go to item 2 to receive any declaration of interest.
Yes, I would like to declare an interest on 20/01105/full 7 Tithby Road, non-pecuniary interest.
Thank
Any
you.
others?
Mr. Chairman,
Councillor John Stockwood.
I declare for the Tithby Road one. It's 200 metres away, but it's got the same name road as I live on. So I'll declare just to be on the safe side and won't participate in that part of the meeting.
Any others?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
declare a non.
Lost him.
You switched off, Francis.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No.
Go ahead.
Can now.
Yeah, I declare a non-pecuniary interest in 7 Tithby Road.
Right. Got that. Thank you.
If there's no more declaration of interest, I move to item 3 to sign the minutes of the planning meeting held on the 19th of May.
Agreed.
Is that the view of you all?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Councillor Lewis.
I agree.
Yeah. Councillor Purdue-Horan.
Agreed.
Councillor Shelton.
Agreed.
Councillor Stapleton.
Oui.
Yeah, thank you. Councillor John Stockwood.
Agreed.
Councillor Maureen Stockwood.
Agreed.
Is Councillor Wallace on the line yet? No. Okay, thank you, councillors.
Right. Next item is to go to item
Andrew,
4.
before you go on, can I just say that I keep getting a message pop up at the top of my screen
I'm sorry, I'm
saying
getting a call for my next meeting.
somebody's trying to get into the meeting.
It's the
and
recreation one, though. Councillor Lewis, it's the recreation one, not planning.
I think it's
Just have a
probably.
word with you, John Stockwood. The next meeting I'm on, it's interrupting this.
Well, you'll have to mute it then, won't you? Can we just stick to this meeting, please, councillors?
Yeah, sure.
There are people trying to join the Recreation and Amenities meeting. There are councillors wanting to go to another meeting, another matter. I really need everybody to focus on Andrew's meeting and let Andrew run his planning, okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Right, the first item on the planning agenda is 20/0105 7/full 8 Cherry Street, Bingham, which is part demolition of front boundary wall, widening, opening and rebuilding build walls to form a new brick pier, new iron gates and drop curb, permeable drive.
Mr. Chairman, can I speak? Councillor Stockwood?
Yeah, agree.
So this is that run of 4 properties on Cherry Street where we've had some concerns in the past about the development at the end property and its role and its significance within the conservation area. The extension is now eventually received planning permission and is effectively built. The matter relates now to the front wall and some gates. As the applicant points out, there are in fact iron gates across the way on another property, so they're not out of keeping with the area. There was some comments made previously about the historic nature of the wall, which from pictures in the photographs in the application is now seems to be in very poor condition. So, but the application itself is looking to use what existed of the previous wall to make a new to make the new entrance and driveway and brick pier as I believe it's described. So This and the second one, the related demolition of the front boundary wall, which is quite heavily related to this. You know, we've had expressed concerns about its conserving the conservation area, but in light of development, I think it's now in keeping, and I move no objection.
Do you have a seconder for that motion?
Yeah, I'll second that. I've seen the photos, and I think whatever happens to the wall, hopefully using the existing bricks, it will be a very much improvement. It's looking a bit shabby at the moment, so yeah, I'll go for that one.
Can I just check, are you saying no objection to both of the applications relating to that?
Yeah, no objection there, no objection.
Do you want me to run through it? Councillor Lewis, no objection.
I agree, no objection to either.
Thank you. Councillor Purdue Haran.
No objection and no objection.
Thank you. Councillor Shelton.
No objection to either of the two that we're referring to.
Councillor Stapleton.
No objection.
Thank you.
No objection.
Councillor John Stockwood.
No objection.
Councillor Maureen Stockwood.
No objection, both.
And Tony Wallace not on the line yet. Okay, thank you.
Right, the next one we go on to is 201. Sorry, 20 stroke.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask that you do the Mallow Way one first?
Okay,
please?
that's no problem. We'll go to 2001198 full, 51 Mallow Way. Relocation of existing.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if I may speak, it's on the corner of Mallow Way and Harebell Close. It's all the properties next to it have very open front gardens. In some ways, in the street scene, a brick wall right to the edge of the boundary would be an unusual feature. However, the way the estate seems to be built to my eyes is that the properties adjacent to it are actually slightly above it and separated by a hedge anyway, so that it's not actually that out of keeping with the street scene. So although normally I would suggest that neighbourhoods have their own character and the street scene would be best protected, because of the change in levels and the way the street is at this point, I would suggest that the wall is not something that I would object to. So I'd move no objection.
You have a seconder for that?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Please.
Councillor Mrs. Maureen Stockwood.
Yes, I'm not seconding it. I wanted to speak to it. I'm mindful that in another estate at the back of us, someone tried to move their boundary, their side and front side boundary, and the borough made them put it back. It depends what's in the deeds of that, whether it should be left open. So I would like the borough to check.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Councillor John Stockwood.
Deeds and the legal obligations that residents enter into are not a planning matter. So it would be outside the planning process to investigate the deeds of the property. I think the planning matter is it an impact on the street scene? The resident themselves have to meet the legal obligations they entered into as dwelling within the property. So that would be the point I make.
Well, I would like to come back. I will, if it's not mentioned here, we'll be following it up privately with the borough because, as I say, we have had these cases before, and there's a certain amount of open space with every development, and I hope this isn't impinging on that.
My apologies, councillors. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Wallace.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry. I think I'm having some internet problems. I just wonder, and apologies, Councillor Mrs. Stockwood, is this the application that relates to the house which has extended its wall to the front?
Yes.
Yes, I think I agree with you on this. I'm sorry I didn't catch all that you said there, but when I looked at the plan, and I take on board Councillor Stockwood's comment about it perhaps not being a planning issue, but I think I do share your concerns that I'm not entirely sure that the person who has extended the wall in that way will own that land. Now, I might be entirely wrong there, but I do think I share your concerns.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak? One way forward would be for you to no objection on the planning matters, but you wish to raise concerns regarding, well, the ownership of the area, or you vote not against. I don't know if I've got a seconder yet. Have I got a seconder? Right.
I did second it, but then thinking about it, maybe maybe checking the boundary.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
it appears then that as the mover of the original motion, I'm perfectly happy to move to amend to say that we comment upon the application and say that we're concerned that the boundary, the wall to the property boundary, would be impacting on the street scene to the extent that it would remove the open space. The open space that exists within the frontages of those properties. Is that the will of the group, the committee, Mr. Chairman? It's for you to. I'm happy to accept that as an amendment, and we move forward and a vote on that if that's what the councillors wish.
Can I just check? Is that a no objection with a comment, or is it purely this is the comment that the committee would like me to make?
Mr. Chairman, can I say something?
Francis Horn, go ahead.
Thank you. I have no specific view on this, so I have no objections. However, my understanding is that ownership of land is not actually a planning matter. So we can comment all we like, of course, no objections to that. But just to make it clear that if I want to put in a planning application, Mr. Chairman, on your property for a wall around your garden, I can actually do that legally. The fact that I can't get my hands on your garden is irrelevant. But put in a plan to build a wall around it. So basically, I'm quite happy for us to comment, but just to be absolutely clear, that comment will have no planning basis if it's the way I think it's going.
Okay.
The planning matter that being discussed, Mr. Chairman, is the impact on the street scene of a wall that takes away from the open character of the area. Okay.
Can I ask something, John?
Well, it's through the chairman, if you wish. I'm sorry.
Andrew, can I ask something out of curiosity?
Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity on this, where this boundary wall's causing a problem between you all, differing opinions. Do the hedges come out as far as the wall to the other properties?
As far as I'm aware, there are open frontages to the other properties, and you can see.
No, I'm on about the hedges that they've got down the sides, because the houses are higher than this. But do those hedges actually come out as far as the wall does?
I think there is a hedge in that location, but it isn't enclosing the area.
Right.
Is the issue.
Councillors, I think we'll go to the vote on this one. I believe the motion is that no objection, subject to comment that it affects the street scene. Am I right, Councillor John Stockwood?
Well, let's go with that and see how it votes out, yeah?
Right. Clark, would you like
May
to
I
do the vote,
second that?
please?
May I second that one?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go to the vote then.
Okay. Councillor Lewis?
Yes, in favour.
Thank you. Councillor Purdue Haran?
Are you muted?
Nope. I'd move on.
Okay, next person.
Councillor Shelton?
No objection.
Councillor Stapleton?
Yeah, no objection.
Councillor John Stockwood.
No objection with those comments submitted, yeah?
Yeah. Councillor Maureen Stockwood.
No objection.
Councillor Wallace.
No objection.
Thank you.
Am I muted?
Yes, you were.
No, you weren't. You were on the
Hello?
toilet.
Yeah. Councillor Prudy Horan, are you for or against the motion?
No objection.
Right.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for your chairing.
Okay.
I have declared on the final item, and so
Yeah.
I leave this meeting. And thank you very much.
Okay. Right. In that case, then we'll move into item 201150 full 7 Tithbury Road. That's demolition of existing detached dwelling and construction of a replacement detached dwelling.
No objection there. Yeah, a refreshing walk at the end of my Jitty to see a new build.
Right. Do I have a proposer for this one?
Well, I'm happy to propose it. Yes, Andrew.
Right. Any seconder? Anybody to second?
I'll second that.
Right. In that case, then, if the clerk will go through the vote, please.
Councillor Lewis, no objection.
No objection.
Councillor Shelton.
No objection.
Councillor Stapleton.
No objection. No.
Thank you. Councillor Wallace.
I have no objection.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item 5 is to consider notice of planning decisions from Rushcliffe Borough Council, Appendix C. I'll take that as read. If there's nothing else to comment on, I'll close the meeting at 19 minutes past 7. Okay, councillors.